Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Good day to you, Tac-Con. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you another one of the most famous Tac-Con comedians. Um, I don't know if it's ironic or if it's meant to be that our two medical experts at Tac-Con are also the two funniest people at Tac-Con. You've already met Dr. Sherman House, who is hilarity personified. And the only person who gives him a run for his money in the comedy department would be Caleb Causey. So, Caleb, please introduce yourself and talk about medical stuff in addition to you being one of the most hilarious people at TACON.
Sure. Thanks for building me up like that. How do I follow this up now? You're comparing me to the great, and wise and mysterious Dr. Sherman House. So this should be no problem for me. Thanks. Okay.
You got it.
No, Tiffany, thank you very guys. First off, thank you everybody that's watching. Thank you everybody that's signed up and registered, including the other presenters, and to Tom and Lynn Givens, and to, of course, Tiffany for putting on this whole thing. You guys don't get thanked enough, so thank you. If you guys in the comments would be a huge favor, please let them know, say thank you for putting all this stuff together, not just these videos. And then when you see him at TACCon, go up and give him a hug, especially Tom. He loves hugs. He loves getting hugs. So give him some, just tell him just a sincere thank you, guys, would mean a lot to all of us. Sure, real quick, who am I? What am I going to be speaking on and talking about? My name is Caleb Causey. I'm the owner and director of training for Lone Star Medics. Lone Star Medics is a field and tactical medical training company. And what that means is we basically teach different people of different walks of life how to, everything from, hey, not how to be the medics, but what do we do until the medics get there? That's predominantly what we do, whether it's armed citizens and civilians, law enforcement. But then we also have a few classes for medical and healthcare providers at the provider level. But most of it's focusing on regular folks that find themselves in situations, and how do we keep them alive until the medics can get here, until EMS can get to us. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about at both segments, at both sessions. I'm very honored and thankful to be presenting 2 blocks of instruction at TACCon. And they're both a little different. And the key words in both these presentations, guys, are going to be applicability and context. So the first one, Tiffany, remind me, I think Friday morning.
Yep. We've got, let's see, Friday morning is tactical medicine for everyday carry. So let's talk about that one for a minute. What's that gonna entail?
Sure. Tactical medicine for everyday carry. Meaning, hey, I'm in jeans and a t-shirt. I'm in the back of, the big box store, picking up a gallon of milk or picking up some, some tools or whatever you're doing at some big outing. And all of a sudden there's an act of violence. How and when do we deal with those injuries related to those acts of violence? That's a big thing. We're going to talk about, hey, everybody wants to talk about gear. Everybody wants to talk about the hardware. We're going to talk a little about the software, but the hardware too, of like, hey, what do I need to carry as part of my everyday carry for medical equipment? That's always a big question. I've got probably, almost 50 different manufacturers' products I'll be bringing with me. And we'll show off to the students and the attendees, hey, here's some different options. And one thing we're going to be doing for 2021 is saying, you guys show us the whatever outfit you've got. I'll show you how you can actually carry quality medical equipment in that outfit. That doesn't mean everybody expect to show up at TACCon in some crazy outfit. Okay. But so if you're wearing a business suit, if you're wearing a ballroom gown, if you're wearing a kilt, if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt, whatever it is you wear. Okay. I'll have a different method of carry for you, and we can go over that. So that's always a big thing. How do we carry this stuff? We'll talk a little bit on the software portion of how to use that, or how do we use some of that stuff and why. The second day on Sunday.
Yep. Sunday is range response. And I'm really excited about that one. And all of the instructors at TACCon should be excited about this one too. But Caleb, tell us about range response on Sunday morning.
Sure. Range response is basically it's kind of one of the, actually what started Lone Star Medics. The idea, somebody said, hey, now you're a big shot instructor. Why don't you teach us RSO as a class? So I pulled an 8-hour class out of my hat, and here we are 11 years. By the time TACCon comes around, it'll be a 12th year of doing this. We've got an 8-hour class. but I'm not going to try to cram 8 hours into the 4 hour block. What I'm going to do is try to say, hey, here's some things we need to be thinking about as firearms instructors, as firearms enthusiasts, while we're on a outdoor range or an indoor range. That hey, it's great. Our contingency may be, hey, we'll follow these safety rules, but what happens if they get broken and there's injuries? Well, we'll just call 911. That's cool, but that's not really cool. That's not enough. We're going to sit there, and now you've got a paying customer as a firearms instructor sitting there bleeding on your range in front of you with everybody in their cell phones out, recording it, and you're standing there to just making a phone call. That's not cool. That's not professional. So we'll talk about some of the things we need to do to prepare ourselves, what our contingency plans may need or may not need, what gear we need to have, again, the gear selection. But little things like, hey, it's great. Well, I keep a med kit in my range bag, back up at the 200-yard berm. That's nobody any good here at the firing line. Okay.
Well, and another thing is with firearms instructors, a lot of times they prioritize potential gunshot wounds. Should that be the extent of our preparation?
Absolutely not. Gunshot wounds are a thing on a shooting range, but it's also about I'm not going to dive off and talk about dehydration, but dehydration is
everybody drink water.
Drink water. Everybody's going to get that spiel. But what about insect bites? Like, hey, you reach down to pick that pepper popper and it's been laying there for all week, and you go down to reset it and you find a snake or you find a spider bite. What do you do with that? Or, hey, you get some hot brass stuck in your neck, the collar of your shirt, or hey, someone's get some new shooter or even experience, get some slide bite. How do we deal with those minor injuries as well? So it's not all catastrophic gunshot wounds and tourniquets and stuff. It may be a little bit of the, hey, what are we doing for these boo-boo stuff to keep the students where they can at least stay on the line and get them back up shooting so they can continue the class that they paid a lot of money to be at, where they're not just, oh, they've got slide bite, they're out for the whole weekend. Now there's some things we can do to keep them where they can still gain some knowledge there and continue training. We'll talk about some of them, and then of course your kit, your contingencies for afterwards, and how to, corral the kittens. What do we do with all the bystanders, and how do we do that? How do we talk to 911? Things we should say, things we should not say, and that sort of stuff.
Well, I am really excited. Ever since you gave us that grand speech at the instructor dinner about how well developed our range response should be, I've had an inferiority complex. So I'm looking forward to learning from you, Caleb, as I always do. And I encourage everyone at Tac-Con to squeeze one of Caleb's blocks into your schedule. Guys, if you want to train with Caleb Causey of Lone Star Medics, you can catch him for his Friday block, which is tactical medicine for everyday carry, or his Sunday block, which is range response. Or if you're really ambitious, you can check out both, because they're two different blocks and you'll get different information, and all of it is relevant to everything we do. Caleb, always a pleasure, my friend. I can't wait to see you in Dallas. Be safe until then, and I will see you very soon.
Y'all have a good day.